If you're trying to stay consistent on LinkedIn to get more clients or get hired, but you have no idea what to actually post, and what ChatGPT generates for you is a little too generic, you might want to try a tool called FeedBoss. Now, this is an AI-powered LinkedIn content creation tool. Now, they do have a 7-day free trial, and their monthly pricing starts at $29 per month. But they are running a special sale on AppSumo right now for the next few weeks where you can get lifetime access starting at just $59 for license tier 1. So you pay once and you keep it for life. Now, AppSumo does recommend license tier 3. So this is a credit-based tool. So every single month you will get an allotted amount of credits. So tier 3 gives you 3,200 monthly credits, and they also give you 10,000 one-time AI credits. Now, how many credits does FeedBoss consume? So it's 5 credits per post, 25 to generate an image, 50 for a carousel, and 20 for a slide deck. Now for video, it doesn't consume its credits. It actually consumes your credits because you do need to bring your own API key to generate video. And it's only for tiers 3 and 4. So just keep that in mind. So realistically, with tier 3, you can create about 106 LinkedIn posts with images per month. Okay, so if you generate a text post with an image, it'll be about 106 LinkedIn posts per month. And if you break it down further, that's about 3.5 posts a day. This tier allows you to connect up to 10 LinkedIn profiles and invite 10 of your team members. So if you want your team to use this tool, or if you manage LinkedIn profiles of your clients, this could be a great tier for you. This also unlocks all of the other features listed out right here. So you could generate video, also generate lead magnets, and an authority map, which I'll show you in a moment. Now, tier 3 is tied to their studio plan updates. So if we were to do the math, it would take about 2.5 to 3 months to break even. So going with this AppSumo deal is definitely a much more affordable option. Now, I am partnering with AppSumo, which is the sponsor of this video, to run a special giveaway for your chance to win a tier 2 license of FeedBoss. So if you want to enter this giveaway for free, just click the link down in my description below. So one of the things that makes FeedBoss unique and more valuable than using ChatGPT is this onboarding flow. So when you create your account, you need to answer a few questions. You first need to tell it your goal. So is your goal to generate leads, grow organic reach, or build a personal brand? Let's do generate leads. And then we need to give it our LinkedIn profile. Now, the reason being is because FeedBoss will read the public profile, including our organic posts, to learn how we write. Okay, so now it is analyzing our profile. Okay, so it finished analyzing my profile and it gave me a persona. So it called me the marketing tipster. So it says 12 years of SEO consulting and a decade of running Lead Tagger, which is my company. One practical marketing fix shared every week. I'm engaging and conversational. I write about AI, leadership, business. It tells me what's working and also what I need to work on. So apparently I need to add a personal layer. So I need to add one line of your own take before each link would turn a resource drop into a perspective. So now whenever it generates content for me, it'll follow this profile. So it's less generic and much more tailored to me. And FeedBoss can publish directly to my profile as well. So we do need to connect it. Okay, and we are all set. So now we could use the tool. Now I have tier 3, so I can create 10 workspaces. Keep in mind that you can connect one profile per workspace. Now, I was testing this tool earlier, so what I'm gonna do is go to my first workspace that I created. And here we can ask it to generate anything we want. A post about how to build a LinkedIn content strategy from scratch. You could also attach things as well, so it could reference it. So you could attach a file, either an image, PDF, or an audio file. You could also attach a YouTube video and also tell it what style you wanted to write in. Now it did create a LinkedIn voice for me, so that's automatically selected, but you could select from these other styles as well. And you could also connect a knowledge base so it could retrieve specific bits of information from that knowledge base. And I'll show you how that works in a moment. Okay, so let's continue. Okay, so it's currently thinking and writing our post. Now, FeedBoss doesn't want to just generate a generic post, so it asks you questions. So it's asking me, what posting cadence have you personally found workable for a small business owner, such as posts per week, and how long you followed it? So I'm gonna say, I try to post once a day and I've been doing it for 1 year. So send answer. All right, here we go. Now let's take a close look at this. So it says, you do not need a complicated calendar to build a LinkedIn content strategy from scratch. You need a posting habit you can stick with long term to learn what your audience responds to. For a small business owner, I try to post once a day and I have been doing that for 1 year. Start with lessons from your work, so on and so forth. I am noticing it is mentioning TidyCal. Now, earlier today, when I was testing this out, I did mention that I wanted to write a post about TidyCal. And I guess it remembered that other conversation, and so it brought it into this one. That's not exactly what I want. Also, it doesn't really make too much sense here because I'm talking about a LinkedIn content strategy, and TidyCal is a Calendly alternative. It's a booking software. So it kind of just forced it on to this post, right? So what I'm gonna say is, do not mention TidyCal or any software, end with a payoff people can take away. Okay, now let's see what it comes up with. All right, so it gave me a brand new piece of text. So you do not need a complicated calendar to build a LinkedIn content strategy from scratch. You need a posting habit you can follow long enough to learn what your audience responds to. For 1 year, I have tried to post once a day. It was not always easy, so on and so forth. So this is much better. I do like how it gave us 3 repeatable content sources, although I personally wouldn't call it content sources. So the wording I think seems a little off here, but I think it is a little better than the first one. Now what I'm going to say is generate a slide deck. Now FeedBoss doesn't just generate text, but it generates all types of visual content such as images, video, and also slide decks. So I'm going to show you how it can create a slide deck for this one. Okay, and here we go. So let's preview our slide deck. Okay, so there's a total of 8 slides. It says you do not need a complicated plan. You need a posting habit you can follow long enough to learn what your audience responds to. And then it goes to the second one, consistency makes patterns visible. Choose a sustainable rhythm, use 3 repeatable sources, so on and so forth. Now the design I think looks pretty good, but I think the copy, personally for me, I think the copy does need a lot of work here. Now we could edit this. So I'm going to click on this and I'm going to replace this headline. I think this one is much better. So posting consistently helps you identify what works. You can change the typography, including the spacing, and you could also tweak the design on the right-hand side as well. You could even have AI edit it if you'd like. Okay, now I'm gonna add to post. Now, unfortunately, it doesn't remember what post I want to add it to. So we need to select a post here. So I believe it's this first one. So let's add it to that first post. Okay, so slide deck added to your post. So I guess we need to go back to chats and open up our latest chat. Okay, so I believe it is this one. Yep, it's this one. Now let's quickly preview this just to make sure it properly saved. Yes, it did save. So just like that, within a few minutes, not only do you have the text of your LinkedIn post, but you have an entire slide deck that goes along with it. So from here, if you are maybe writing this for a client, what you could do is share this for feedback. You can also schedule this. You can pick a date and a time, or you could just publish it right now. So let me do that. Okay, so it looks like it just published, and here we go. So we have the post text and we have our 8-page slide deck. So people can read this and then go each slide one by one. So pretty cool. Now, if you don't want to use the chats inside FeedBoss, you don't have to because FeedBoss has an MCP. So you could generate your posts and publish them directly inside ChatGPT or Claude. You could also use your own API key for AI requests. So instead of using the credits inside FeedBoss, you could just use the credits from your API. And I did connect my OpenAI API key for text generation and image generation, and also my 11 Labs API key for the video voiceover. So you don't need to worry too much about the monthly AI credits limit because you could bring your own API key, and that's even available for tier 1, which is pretty cool. So inside my ChatGPT, I did connect the FeedBoss MCP. So I asked, what can it do? So it said it could turn an idea, link, or voice note into a LinkedIn post, repurpose your software review content into posts and carousels. So it knows what I do. So it did mention that it could repurpose my software review content. It could also schedule my LinkedIn content, including analyze performance and audit and improve my LinkedIn profile. And earlier, I did tell it to draft a LinkedIn post in my voice about a lesson I learned at work this week. So it asked me, what kind of lesson did I learn? Now, ChatGPT showed me a list of options, so I think I selected a tool surprised me, and it asked, which tool surprised you? So I said TidyCal was better than I expected, and it used my answers to generate this entire text post. And then I said to post it, and it automatically posted it for me. I didn't need to go into FeedBoss. Everything was done inside my ChatGPT. And this is the post that it published. Now, I want to point out the formatting here, because if you look at this last paragraph, it has 2 sentences. But if you go into ChatGPT, that last paragraph actually should have been split into 2, as you could see right here. So the formatting wasn't actually correct when it posted on my LinkedIn. So just keep that in mind. Now, if you get stuck trying to figure out what to post, you could go into their trending tab to discover trending topics and create posts based on your research here. You could also generate images inside here as well. So this is one that I created earlier. Now we could, of course, easily make these images inside ChatGPT, but the value that FeedBoss offers, I think, are these editing options here. So we can add an element, remove an element, apply a style, translate the text. Let's click on apply a style. So for this, we could pick a built-in style or describe one in words or upload a style reference image. Now I follow Daniel Bustamante on LinkedIn, and I do like his image styles, like how they look like. So I'm actually going to use this as a reference. Okay, so I uploaded the reference image, then click on apply edit. So let's see if it can understand what I want. All right, here we go. So I think it looks pretty good. So here it is in my recents section. They also have templates as well. So various image templates you can choose from. So if you want to follow certain styles listed here, you could do that. They also have infographic templates. So you could generate infographics, carousels, and it looks like you could even create your own profile picture as well, following these like headshots here. And you could even upload your own templates so you could reference it later. You could also go into their slide decks tab to generate one-off slide decks here. You could also generate video. Now, I did try generating one earlier, but unfortunately it failed. It says OpenAI provider generate structured JSON invalid. So for some reason, it's mentioning the JSON. Not exactly sure what this means, but I wasn't able to generate a video, but let me try it again. Okay, so this is my prompt. Generate a 15-second video explaining why it is important to post on LinkedIn every day to grow your audience. The length is going to be 15 seconds. The format, let's do 9:16. And the style, let's do this blue, like Swiss Pulse style. I don't have a brand kit, so it's going to stay off. And I'm going to turn on the voiceover. So let's try to generate this video. Okay, so we need to review the storyboard. So there's 6 beats, and the first beat is the hook. So this says, want a bigger LinkedIn audience. That's good. So the second beat is about the product intro. And then the next one is the benefit, and then the CTA, brand outro, and there's another brand outro here. I think it added a second one because a video needs at least 6 beats, it says. So I'm going to move the CTA down. And for the fourth beat, I'm going to, let's see here, click on social proof. I'm going to say I grew my audience 50% in 1 month. All right, so brand outro, I'm just going to put down my company name and generate video. So let's see. Okay, Video Studio runs on your own API keys. It says I need to add my AI key. Now, I actually did, as you saw earlier. Let me go into the BYOK section. So I did add my AI keys, but for whatever reason, I'm not able to generate a video. So this is a bug that needs to be fixed. Now, it sucks that we couldn't generate the video. But what is cool is the fact that you could generate lead magnets. And there's 5 different types. So you could generate a resource, which is a curated list of tools or links, a framework, a checklist, swipe file, or a template. Now, earlier I did have it create a template. So it's the 30-day go-to-market launch plan, a fill-in-the-blank playbook for B2B SaaS founders. So this is my 30-day go-to-market launch plan. So now with this completed, I can promote this on LinkedIn. So I can have it generate a LinkedIn post, and then I could post this on my profile. And in the post, I can have people say, comment me or something like that. And then I could send this template to them via DM. And this is the knowledge base section. So you could add all types of sources. So when you go into your chats section, you can reference the knowledge base right here. So you can paste text, you could also drop a voice memo or PDF, and you could also talk it out instead. So you could think out loud and the AI will ask follow-up questions and then save it as a page. So here you could just basically speak stream of consciously, and then it'll save that transcript as a knowledge file for you. You could also track all of your engagement metrics here and view popular posts. So this is kind of like the trending section. Now what's different is these are LinkedIn posts. So you could view all of the trending LinkedIn posts, while the trending section are articles from the web, Reddit, and Hacker News. So that's the main difference. Now, if you have tier 3, you also get the authority map, and that map looks like this. So it will analyze your LinkedIn content and generate this map here. So core pillar is practical growth marketing for small business owners. And it looks like I need a lot of work. Okay, so you see content gaps. There's all of these content gaps here. If you look at the legend, the green is authority, yellow is growing, and red is content gap. So I don't have any authority or growing. I all have gaps in my content. So these are areas where I can grow my authority on LinkedIn. For example, this one right here, SEO tactics for local businesses. I can view and generate ideas to grow my authority for this specific area. I could generate slides, generate a long form text post, or generate 5 punchy text post concepts. You could also audit your LinkedIn. Now, tier 3 gives you 25 monthly LinkedIn profile audits. So this, of course, is great to use on your own profile, but this is great to use on your clients and also as a lead magnet as well to get more clients, right? So you could add any LinkedIn URL here, including your clients and prospects. So you could run an entire LinkedIn profile content for them. Now mine clearly needs a lot of work, so I scored a 32 out of 100. I need a lot of work in terms of my core health, like the completeness of my profile, my SEO and authority. But what I am pretty decent on is the content, so the engagement that I'm bringing in. And there are 3 priority action items. So I need to rewrite my headline. I need to add at least 10 relevant skills. I also need to add my YouTube channel to the websites section. And this is the detailed breakdown. So it analyzed, my headline, it analyzed my about section. So out of everything, it seems like my about section is good. I need to improve my experience and also add skills. And it even analyzes my profile image, which I think was pretty cool. So I do like this profile audit report it gives you. You could also download this as well and share it with your clients or potential prospects. They also have analytics as well. So you could view your total engagement over a specific time period and view your posting consistency over time. You could also view the engagement rate and the follower growth and specific content performance. So I do like the analytics reports that it shows you. I think it's pretty thorough, pretty robust. Okay, so what are my final thoughts? I think for FeedBoss, the text that it generates, I think is okay. The grammar, the sentence structure, I think does need a lot of improvement. Now, it is nice that you could feed it your LinkedIn profile. It'll analyze your profile. You could also feed it various files, but you could do all of this inside ChatGPT and Claude as well. So I think where FeedBoss really shines are in the optimize features. So the engagement, you could view the popular posts. I really like the authority map and also the LinkedIn audit reports and the very thorough analytics reports as well. So I would get it primarily for the optimize features and for some of the content tools as well, like the slide decks is pretty cool. Unfortunately, I couldn't generate a video. Hopefully they fix that soon. But if you were thinking of just using this general chat, I would probably stick with ChatGPT or Claude and then come into FeedBoss to use the other very unique and powerful features. All right, so hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, leave them down below. I will answer all of them. Thank you.